7 early signs of colon cancer you shouldn't ignore. They could cost you your life. Some signs your body sends are so subtle that they go unnoticed until it's too late. Have you ever had that feeling that something inside you changed, but you don't know exactly what? Colon cancer, the most known form of intestinal cancer, is one of the quietest and, at the same time, most dangerous diseases there are. It doesn't start with big pains or dramatic symptoms. On the contrary, its first warnings are small, discreet, almost innocent. And that's exactly what makes it so sneaky. Many people who found out about the disease too late say the same thing. I thought it was just a phase, but what if I told you there are 7 very specific signs your body might be sending right now, and most people totally ignore? Signs that, when recognized in time, can save your life? In this video, you'll discover what these hidden signs are and how they show up in daily life in disguised ways. We'll connect the dots one by one and show you how to recognize the pattern that might mean something way more serious than just a simple passing discomfort. You'll understand what's behind symptoms that seem common but aren't. And more than that, you'll know what to do from now on to protect yourself. Your body is trying to communicate with you all the time. The question is, are you listening? Get ready for a revealing video, maybe the most important one you'll watch this year. Watch till the end. Every second can make a difference. Number 7. Frequent abdominal pain or discomfort. Feeling belly pain once in a while may seem normal, but when those pains become persistent, it's time to pay attention. Frequent cramps, a bloated feeling that doesn't improve, and constant abdominal discomfort may indicate that something more serious is happening inside your body. Often, these pains are ignored or blamed on bad eating, gas, or stress. However, when the discomfort repeats and there's no clear cause, it needs investigation. Your body might be trying to warn you that there's something wrong with your large intestine. Colon cancer, in its early stages, can cause vague symptoms, and abdominal pain is one of them. As the tumor grows, it can press on nerves and nearby tissues, causing annoying feelings or even sharp pain. This pressure can also interfere with normal intestinal function, causing stool and gas retention. The result is a feeling of fullness or heaviness in the abdomen, which worsens over time. If this discomfort comes with other symptoms, like changes in bowel habits or weight loss, the warning sign gets even stronger. Pain can happen in different parts of the abdomen, and each location can point to a different affected area of the colon. When the pain is in the lower left part, for example, it may be related to the sigmoid colon. Diffuse and poorly localized pain is common in early stages. Many people delay seeking help because they think it's just a passing discomfort. But the earlier it's investigated, the better the chances of an early diagnosis. And that can make all the difference in how well treatment responds. Besides pain, colon cancer can cause a constant feeling of trapped gas. Even without eating foods that usually cause flatulence, the patient feels bloated and uncomfortable. This happens because intestinal transit is compromised and gas forms more frequently. Tumors can make it harder for intestinal content to move naturally, causing retention and abdominal distension. This feeling can be confused with indigestion, but if it persists, it deserves immediate medical attention. Another important point is the duration and frequency of the pain. When abdominal pain appears repeatedly over days or weeks, it should be taken seriously. Using painkillers can mask symptoms and delay diagnosis. That's why it's essential to observe how your body reacts and not ignore these signs. Many people only seek help when the pain becomes unbearable or when other more serious symptoms appear. However, acting before that can be decisive for your health. Number 6. Unexplained anemia. Anemia is a condition in which the body has a reduced amount of red blood cells or hemoglobin, the substance responsible for carrying oxygen. When it shows up without an apparent cause, it may be related to internal blood loss. One of the quietest causes of this kind of loss is colon cancer. The tumor can cause small, continuous bleeding that goes unnoticed day to day. The result is a slow and steady drop in iron and hemoglobin levels. One of the first symptoms of anemia is excessive tiredness, even after sleeping well. The person feels weak, without energy, and has trouble concentrating. This feeling is caused by lower oxygenation of tissues, a direct consequence of anemia. Another common symptom is shortness of breath during simple activities, like climbing stairs or walking short distances. Often, these signs are mistaken for aging or stress, which delays the correct diagnosis. Paleness is also a typical anemia sign. It can be seen mainly on the skin, gums, and the inside of the eyelids. Additionally, the person may have a rapid heartbeat, dizziness, and feel like fainting. These symptoms happen when the body tries to compensate for low oxygen by increasing blood flow. Although these signs may be subtle at first, they tend to worsen over time if the anemia's cause is not treated. In cases where colon cancer causes anemia, the bleeding is usually slow and hidden. This means the blood is not visible in the stool, but is present in small amounts. Only specific lab tests can detect this type of bleeding. So, when you notice anemia symptoms without an obvious cause, it's crucial to seek a detailed medical evaluation. The earlier the origin is found, the better the chances of treatment success. Iron deficiency linked to anemia can also cause hair loss, fragile nails, and a constant feeling of cold. These signs, although they seem simple, are important manifestations of systemic problem. When ignored, they allow the underlying disease, like colon cancer, to keep advancing silently. The connection between unexplained anemia and intestinal problems is real and dangerous. The body gives signals, and it's up to each of us to listen. Number 5. Constant feeling that the intestine doesn't empty completely. Have you ever felt that, even after going to the bathroom, your intestine doesn't empty completely? This feeling of incomplete evacuation is more common than you think and can be a sign of something serious. Many people associate this feeling with bad diet or stress, but it can also be related to changes in the colon. When a tumor starts growing on the intestinal wall, it can interfere with the normal passage of stool. This generates a persistent feeling that something was left behind. This symptom is clinically called rectal tenesmus. It happens because even a small mass can irritate or partially block the intestine. The brain keeps sending signals that there's still material to eliminate, even if that's not true. Besides being annoying, this feeling usually comes with excessive effort during evacuation. In many cases, even after multiple trips to the bathroom, the relief feeling is never complete. Tenesmus can cause anxiety, daily discomfort, and harm a person's quality of life. Many report avoiding leaving the house for fear of needing the bathroom constantly. This change in behavior is another sign that something is wrong and needs evaluation. When the intestine sends persistent signals of dissatisfaction, it's time to investigate carefully. The presence of other associated symptoms can reinforce this suspicion even more. Besides the incomplete feeling, the shape of stool can also change. Thinner, ribbon-like, or irregular stools can indicate a partial blockage in the intestine. This type of change should be reported to a doctor, as it can provide important clues about the location and size of the problem. Even mild and intermittent changes should not be ignored. The earlier the cause is found, the better the chances of effective intervention. This symptom can also appear without pain or bleeding, which makes it even trickier. The absence of more obvious signs causes many people to delay seeking help. But persistent discomfort should always be taken seriously. The body tries to warn in different ways when something is off. And it's up to us to be alert to every detail, no matter how small it seems. Number 4. Loss of appetite and feeling full quickly even with little food. When someone starts losing their appetite suddenly and frequently, it may seem like just a phase. But this change in eating can indicate much more than a simple mood shift. Loss of appetite, especially if accompanied by early satiety, when you feel full with very little food, can be an early sign of colon cancer. Growing tumors can press on nearby organs, affecting appetite and digestion. Many people report eating less, not because they want to, but because they simply can't anymore. The feeling of a heavy stomach, bloating right after meals, or very slow digestion are clear signs that something is interfering with the digestive process. And in some cases, the tumor may release inflammatory substances that directly affect appetite regulation. This impact can be both physical and hormonal, changing the body's natural response to food. Another common effect is aversion to certain foods that were once routine. A person may start rejecting common dishes, feeling nausea, or even developing sudden food intolerance. These behavioral changes don't come out of nowhere. The body is trying to react to an invader that's changing its internal function. Noticing these signs and seeking help is an act of self-care. It's also common for loss of appetite to come with tiredness. After all, eating less means the body gets fewer nutrients and energy. This combination can start a dangerous cycle. Less appetite, less energy, more weakness, which worsens the overall state of the body. And in older people, this cycle can speed up, compromising even basic functions. That's why it's vital to watch not only what you eat, but how your body reacts to each meal. The feeling of fullness after small amounts of food might seem like a simple digestion problem. But if it repeats often, it should be carefully investigated. It might indicate internal growth interfering with organ movement. This mechanical pressure is silent but causes serious consequences if not treated. Listening to your body here is essential self-care. Number 3. Sudden and unexplained weight loss. Losing weight might seem positive at first glance, but when it happens quickly and without any change in diet or physical activity, it sets off a red flag. This unintentional weight loss might mean the body is facing a serious challenge, like an active colon tumor. Cancer consumes a lot of the body's energy, and metabolism speeds up without the person noticing. Soon, pounds drop and weakness settles in. This weight loss usually comes with other symptoms like extreme tiredness, lack of appetite, and a worn-out look. Both body fat and muscle mass are compromised quickly. The person notices clothes getting loose even when eating normally, or less just because of loss of appetite. Unplanned weight loss often results from inflammatory and metabolic processes caused by cancer cells. It's the body trying to fight disease but losing nutrients in the process. Many people only notice they're slimming down when others comment. This quiet slimming can go unnoticed for weeks. And the longer it takes to seek help, the higher the chance cancer is advanced. Losing 8 to 10 pounds in a few weeks without reason should be alarming, especially if it comes with gastrointestinal symptoms like changes in bowel habits or abdominal pain. Colon tumors can impair nutrient absorption, which explains the weight loss. Even eating, the body can't make good use of everything. Digestion becomes inefficient, leading to nutritional deficiencies. Also, a body in constant inflammation needs more energy, speeding up the use of body stores. This process leads to visible lean mass loss and constant weakness over time. Another factor is the immune system itself. To fight the tumor, it demands a lot, increasing calorie needs. That means the body burns more than it takes in, even without exercise. The result is unhealthy, dangerous weight loss. When weight loss comes with other signs, colon cancer risk must be taken seriously. Number 2. Presence of blood in the stool. Seeing blood in stool is always a warning sign. But sadly, many people ignore this symptom or mistake it for hemorrhoids. The problem is that both visible and hidden blood can indicate colon cancer. Differentiating the source of bleeding is crucial for diagnosis. Bright red blood usually means bleeding near the end of the intestine, while dark blood points to deeper colon areas. In both cases, attention should be immediate. Even without pain, blood in stool is never normal. The bleeding may be mixed with stool or just cover it. It can also appear on toilet paper or in toilet water. Sometimes it shows up in small amounts and sporadically, making it hard to notice. But any trace of blood needs investigation. It might be the only symptom for weeks before others appear. There's also hidden blood, which isn't visible to the naked eye. It's only detected through specific tests, like fecal occult blood test. This simple exam is very effective at identifying colon cancer risks. When the tumor is in an early stage, bleeding can be so subtle it goes unnoticed. But it's there, silently compromising health and demanding medical care. Besides direct bleeding, blood in stool can cause color changes like very dark or black stool with a coffee grounds look. This means the blood was partially digested, suggesting bleeding from deeper areas. The smell may also change, becoming stronger and unpleasant. These changes should be reported to a doctor so the source can be identified and treated urgently. The big problem is many people self-medicate when they see blood using creams or teas, thinking it's just hemorrhoids. But this can hide a much more serious problem. Colon cancer can bleed intermittently, making pattern recognition difficult. So any bleeding should be investigated immediately, without assumptions or delays. This is undoubtedly one of the most alarming signs the body can send. But the most dangerous sign of all, the one that might mean the disease is active and quickly compromising your health, is still to come. In the next chapter, we'll reveal this crucial symptom. Get ready to understand the most serious alert your body can give. Number 1. Persistent changes in bowel habits. Changes in bowel function may seem common, but when they become persistent, they demand attention. Diarrhea that won't stop, frequent constipation, or alternating between the two are signs something may be wrong. And if these symptoms last more than 2 weeks, colon cancer risk must be considered. Bowel habit regularity is one of the most reliable indicators of body health. When something changes, the body is trying to warn you. Colon cancer directly interferes with bowel rhythm, even in early stages. As the tumor grows, it can affect stool flow, causing it to slow down or speed up too much. This kind of instability, when it repeats for days or weeks, should be investigated carefully. The normally predictable intestine starts showing irregular behavior that causes discomfort and worry. This is a warning that must never be ignored. Another important sign is change in stool shape. When stools start coming out thinner, ribbon-shaped, or fragmented, it may be a sign of partial blockage in the colon. This suggests something is squeezing or narrowing the path the fecal mass passes through. Also, urgent bowel movements, a feeling of incomplete evacuation, or the presence of mucus are common. Every detail counts and must be observed. The problem is these symptoms are often normalized by people. Many think it's just a phase, a stress response, or related to diet, and delay seeking help. This delay can be extremely dangerous, as it allows the disease to progress uncontrolled. Colon cancer, when detected early, has high cure rates. So timing is decisive between prevention and serious complications. Now that you know the 7 main warning signs for colon cancer, it's time to talk about prevention. Small daily actions can make a huge difference in your intestinal and overall health. In the next video, we'll cover simple habits, dietary changes, and behaviors that can significantly reduce the risk of developing this silent and dangerous disease. Taking care of your habits might be the most important step you take. Habit 4. Reduce consumption of processed meats and fried foods. Processed and fried foods might be tasty, but they bring huge risks to intestinal health. Processed meats like sausages, hot dogs, ham, and bacon are among the main foods linked to increased colon cancer risk. This happens because chemicals added during processing promote mutations in intestinal cells. And when these foods are fried, the danger doubles. Frying releases toxic compounds like acrylamide, which form when oils are heated to high temperatures. These substances damage cell DNA, promoting an ideal environment for tumor development. In addition, excess fat consumption overloads the intestines, causes inflammation, and impairs intestinal transit. Over time, this compromises not only digestion, but also local immunity. Another problem is processed meats are rich in preservatives like nitrites and nitrates, which transform into cancer-causing compounds inside the body. That's why reducing these foods is a smart and protective move. Avoiding salami, bologna, and similar products frequently is already a big step. It's possible to make simple, tasty swaps daily without giving up good food. Replacing processed meats with lean proteins like chicken, fish, eggs, and lean red meat cuts is an effective strategy. Cooking them grilled, baked, or boiled instead of fried also drastically reduces harmful substance intake. Using natural seasonings, herbs, and spices enhances flavor and offers anti-inflammatory benefits. If you're a fan of fried foods, a good tip is to try baked versions or use an air fryer. This way, you keep flavor and crunch without risking health. Another suggestion is to prioritize home-cooked meals and reduce ready-made or fast food. With small adjustments, you can turn your diet into a gut ally. Remember, what you eat directly shapes your body's function. Habit 3. Avoid smoking and excessive alcohol. Smoking and heavy drinking are deeply harmful habits to overall health, especially to the colon. Cigarettes contain hundreds of toxic substances that, once absorbed, reach the whole body, including the digestive system. These toxins increase the risk of genetic mutations in intestinal cells. The result is fertile ground for silent, dangerous cancer. Even if smoking seems to mainly affect lungs, it also has a devastating impact on the gastrointestinal system. Tobacco contributes to chronic inflammation, weakens the intestinal barrier, and alters gut flora, favoring abnormal cell growth. Alcohol, when consumed excessively, directly damages the intestinal lining. It alters cell metabolism and facilitates formation of cancer-causing compounds. Frequent, excessive alcohol use also weakens the liver, an organ closely linked to gut health. A weakened liver loses filtering ability, increasing the load on the colon. Moreover, both alcohol and smoking reduce immune system efficiency, lowering the body's ability to detect and eliminate abnormal cells before tumors form. Quitting smoking and cutting down on alcohol isn't easy, but it's possible. There are therapies, support groups, medicines, and even apps to help. Every week without cigarettes or with less drinking is a win for your gut health. It's a valuable step towards preventing serious diseases, including cancer. Choosing to quit is a commitment to life. Improvements show up quickly. More energy, better digestion, less inflammation, and overall well-being. Over time, cancer risks drop significantly. And most importantly, your quality of life improves. It's worth swapping quick pleasures for a healthier, balanced future. Your gut thanks you, your body responds, and your mind gains clarity. Habit 2. Practice regular physical activity. Did you know just 30 minutes of physical activity per day can reduce your colon cancer risk? Regular exercise is one of the strongest allies of gut health. It stimulates proper intestinal function, improves metabolism, and reduces chronic inflammation. And the best part, it's simple, accessible, and within reach of anyone. Walking, biking, dancing, or lifting weights all count. Regular exercise promotes more efficient bowel transit. This means stool stays less time in the colon, reducing exposure of intestinal cells to potentially cancer-causing toxins. Movement also boosts production of beneficial hormones that regulate inflammatory processes. An active gut is cleaner, more balanced, and less prone to tumors. Another essential benefit is strengthening the immune system. People who exercise regularly resist infections better and can detect and destroy abnormal cells faster. This is vital for cancer prevention. Physical activity also helps keep body weight under control, an important factor to avoid inflammation and hormonal imbalances linked to intestinal tumors. You don't need to be an athlete or go to the gym. The important thing is to keep your body moving daily. Taking stairs, walking the dog, gardening, or stretching already help a lot. The secret is consistency and enjoying the activity. The more regular the exercise, the more your body responds with energy, health, and balance. Besides physical benefits, exercise also improves mental health. It reduces stress, fights anxiety, and promotes emotional well-being. And all that has a direct impact on the gut. A moving body is a healthier body in every way. And when the gut is balanced, the risk of serious diseases like colon cancer drops drastically. Habit 1. Eat more fiber every day. Few habits are as transformative for gut health as daily fiber consumption. They're found in fruits with skin, vegetables, raw greens, whole grains, seeds, and legumes. Fiber not only improves bowel transit, but also reduces how long the colon is exposed to toxins and cancer-causing substances. They are, in other words, the intestine's natural sweepers. When eaten regularly, fiber forms a gel that helps push waste through the digestive tract. This makes stool easier to eliminate and more frequent. A well-functioning gut is less prone to inflammation, waste buildup, and polyp formation. Fiber also helps balance the gut flora, fundamental for good immunity. They also help control cholesterol, blood sugar, and body weight, all factors that, when unbalanced, can raise cancer risk. Soluble fibers found in oats, apples, and carrots form a protective gel in the intestine. Insoluble fibers in whole grains, greens, and skins increase stool volume and speed elimination. Together, they do a powerful cleanup in the body. But for fiber to work, it's essential to drink plenty of water throughout the day. Proper hydration enhances fiber's action, avoiding dry stools and discomfort. Without water, fiber can have the opposite effect and even cause constipation. So whenever you increase fiber intake, also increase liquid intake. The combo is unbeatable. A good strategy is to start the day with fruits with skin and whole grains, include salads at lunch, and frequently eat legumes like beans and lentils. Small daily changes create a healthier, cleaner, and stronger gut environment. This is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect the colon against serious diseases. Food is, without a doubt, a daily and powerful medicine. Whether at breakfast, lunch, or dinner, prioritizing fiber-rich foods is a choice of self-love. It's a silent gesture that protects your body every day. And when we combine this habit with the other care tips you saw in this video, we form a real shield against colon cancer. Prevention is always better than cure, and it starts on your plate. And to keep getting the best videos for your health and well-being, subscribe to the channel. It exists for a simple reason, to help you become a stronger and happier person. And in the video showing now on your screen, I reveal 15 early signs of dementia that almost nobody recognizes. To check out that video, just click on the screen.